Have you like seen the product develop and grow and your thinking around AI in production?
When we started, LLMs were still very new. They're mostly being used just by startups. The applications were much more limited. So people were building like these single prompt based apps. It was, the early use cases were copywriting or various forms of writing assistant. User comes to the website, describes what they want, spits out a blog post, or helps them, brainstorm. And the models were kind of just about good enough for that. But for more complicated use cases like question answering or agents, people were trying and building demos. And even 2.5 years ago, like you had the first agent demos, but the models weren't smart enough to make that reliable. And so the first version of Humanloop was really focused on helping people who were building, this first generation of LLM applications to understand how well they were working in production. Because if you can't measure it, it's very difficult to improve it, know how to make it better over time. And subjectivity and stochasticity was like the challenge, right? And it's still the challenge. But if you think about copywriting or writing assistants, that's an extreme point of like evaluation is very subjective. And for a lot of engineers, it was the first time that they were building software where every time you run it, you get different results, right? People in the machine learning community, this is relatively normal for them. But I think that if you are not from a machine learning background, then that was actually quite a new experience. And so the first version of Humanloop was very simple. It allowed you to monitor what was happening in production. So basically, every time someone was interacting with your system, to get the inputs and the outputs, gather end user feedback, and match that against different prompts so you could kind of do A/B testing or comparisons of prompts in production. What's changed since then is as the models have gotten smarter, the complexity of the use cases has gone up enormously.
Yeah.
So we've gone from like simple writing apps to people are automatically negotiating legal contracts, right? So people like Filevine and Entra are our customers, or we've got people building language learning assistants at Duolingo, or at Gusto they're building complex agents that can actually go in and do tasks that accountants were previously doing in payroll software. So we've gone a long way from, hey, just generate me a blog, to actually go do something complicated for me.
Multi-step.
Yeah. And so
complex,
we've had to build out, still the same, the fundamental problem is the same, which is that I'm trying to take this unreliable base thing, the LLM, and build a reliable, trustworthy application on top of it. But the stakes have gone up, right? As we started to work with enterprises, they care a lot more about avoiding mistakes, about having guardrails in place. The complexity of the applications have gone up. So tracing and observability actually becomes way more important.